Good morning, everyone. This morning we're finishing up Merging with Śiva Chapter 5, titled The Story of Awareness, drawn from the 1970 Master Course. And it's a bit short, because that's all there is left in the chapter. Oh, we have some information from the Guru Chronicles. It's called Globe-Trotting Guru. Though the transition from Nevada to Hawaii was all-consuming, Gurudeva continued the travel study programs, taking 25 students to Switzerland in July and August, and 29 more to Tahiti and Ceylon during the month of November. The second visit to Jaffna deepened the ties with his Saiva roots and with Yoga Swami's devotees. Those who traveled with him were immersed in Saiva temple worship and festivals. The year's third pilgrimage, a 9-day retreat held in December, included Kauai and the islands of Hawaii, Maui, and Oahu. During the days on Kauai, he gathered the seekers each day in the hibiscus room. In his pure white outfit, he sat in a large, elaborately woven wicker chair, recording hours of inspired talks that were later compiled, printed, and packaged by his monks in Nevada into the 6th edition of the Master Course, 12 one-hour lessons on cassette tape that became his primary teaching instrument for many years. So we call that the 1970 Master Course, which is on tape. Of course, it had printed books that went with the tapes. Then back to Chapter 5, Lesson 34, continued on awareness and consciousness. Awareness travels into the wonderful strata of thought, where thought actually exists in all of its refined states. First, in these strata of thought is an area where ideas are only in a partial, overall conceptual stage. Deeper into this stratum, they, as concepts, become stronger and stronger until finally they almost take physical form. Finally, they do take physical form. But you are the pure individual awareness, the ball of seeing light that is seeing all of this occur within these strata of mind and not identifying too closely with them. The quest is to keep traveling through the mind to the ultimate goal, merging with Śiva. When you are conscious that you are awareness, you are a free awareness, a liberated soul. You can go any place in the mind that you wish. The mission is, don't go any place. Turn awareness back in on itself and simply be aware that you are aware. Try to penetrate the core of existence. Become conscious of energy within the physical body and the inner bodies, flowing out through the nerve system and drawing forth energy from the central source of the universe itself. Now, try to throw awareness into this central source of energy and dive deeper and deeper. In time, you become aware of something in the energy realm. Be aware of being aware. Finally, you go beyond light. Finally, you go into the core of existence itself, the self-God, beyond the stillness of the inner areas of mind. That is the mission, and that is what humanity is seeking. Total self-God realization. Then, moving on to lesson 35, awareness finds a new home. Needless to say, the self does not mean the realization of your personality. Some people think that this is what self-realization means. I want self-realization, they say. Thinking all the time it means I want to realize that I am an individual and not dependent upon my parents. I want self-realization. Other people feel it means I want to realize my artistic abilities and be able to create. Does not mean that at all. All this is of external consciousness, the intellectual area of the mind. It is a lesser form of self-realization. Self-realization is finding that which is beyond even superconsciousness itself, beyond the mind, timeless, causeless, baseless. After self-realization, awareness has a new home. Does not relate to the external mind anymore in the same way. It relates to the self-God, Parashiva, as home base and flows out into the various layers of the mind and in again. Before self-realization, awareness was in the external mind trying to penetrate the inner depths. Then it would return to the external mind and again try to penetrate the within through the processes of meditation. After self-realization, the whole process of the flow of awareness is reversed. Mind and consciousness are synonymous. Awareness is man's individual spiritual being, the pure intelligence of his spiritual body, flowing through this vast universe of the mind. We want to be able to flow awareness through any area of the mind consciously, at will, as we go in and in and in toward our great realization of the self-God, which is beyond mind, beyond time, beyond consciousness, beyond all form. Yet it is not an unconscious state. It is the essence of all being, the power which makes the electricity that flows through the wire that lights the light that illumines the room. When we sit simply being aware of being aware, the currents of the body harmonized, the aura turns to streaks of light dashing out into the room, and we are sitting in our own perfect bliss, simply aware, intensely aware of being aware. Awareness itself then turns in on itself enough to experience, to become the self-God, that which everyone is seeking. That is the sum total of the path. That is the path that you are on. That is the experience that if you keep striving, you will have in this life, even if it is after the point of death. It is then you will reincarnate as a great teacher on the planet and help many others through to the same goal. For there is no death and there is no birth for the immortal body of the soul that you are. That pure intelligence that goes on and on and on and on and on and on. So, go in and in and in and in and in and in. Arrive at that ultimate goal. Make it your journey, your quest. Want it more than life itself. Generally, our greatest fear is death. Why? Because it is the most dramatic experience we have ever had in any one lifetime. Therefore, we fear it. We are in awe of death. It is so dramatic that we do not remember really what happened during part of the experience, though occasionally some people do. However, the body of the soul knows no birth, knows no death. It goes on and on and on, and the awareness goes in and in and in to its ultimate goal. Awareness of itself turns so much in on itself that it dissolves in the very essence of being as it merges in Shiva. You cannot say anything more about the self because to describe the self adequately there are no words. It is beyond time, form, cause, mind. And words only describe time, cause, and mind consciousness, which is form. You have to experience it to know it, and by experiencing it, you do know it. Then we get a Shūm word commentary here. Just one Shūm word. Shūm-Tyeīf. The philosophy of the inner path of enlightenment found within the vocabulary and structure of the Shūm language. Shūm and Tyeīf delineate the inner path to the absolute reality, Parashiva. The collage, Shūm-Tyeīf, opens the area of the mind that makes the Shūm language easy to learn by drawing forth insights from the superconscious.